Welcome to Focus English with Cece.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Focus English with Cece. I'm Cece, and I'm so happy to be here with you.
And I'm Tom. It's great to see you all again. If you want to improve your real-life English, you've come to the right place.
Tom, today I'm appearing here with, well, let's call it very low battery energy.
I can see it in your eyes, Cece. You have those dark circles again. Did you stay up late fighting with your phone?
How did you know? Honestly, I planned to be in bed by 10 p.m., but then I opened my phone just for a second, and suddenly it was 1 a.m. This morning, I feel so heavy and tired.
That is exactly why we are sitting here today. We aren't here for a boring grammar lecture. We are here to share a heart-to-heart talk about being kinder to ourselves. In this episode, you will learn 5 key expressions to describe your daily life: sluggish, stick to, game changer, squeeze in, and wind down. We'll show you how to beat that tired feeling and reach your goals without burning out.
Before we dive into these secrets, please hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Your support is the reason I can stay motivated to share these stories with you every day.
Ready to share the secrets?
Ready. Let's talk about this sluggish monster. Tom, let's really dive into this word, sluggish. For our friends listening, I want you to imagine a slug. You know, that tiny, soft brown animal in the garden? It moves so slowly that you're not even sure if it's alive. It leaves a trail of slime behind it. When you feel sluggish, you are that slug. You feel heavy. You feel like you are walking through thick, sticky honey.
That is a perfect, almost painful description, Cece. It's a very physical feeling, isn't it? It's not just being a little tired because you didn't sleep well. It's a deep, heavy feeling in your bones. This morning, when your alarm went off, what was the very first thing you felt in your body?
Honestly, I felt like someone had replaced my blood with lead. The alarm made this beep, beep, beep sound, and it felt like a hammer hitting my head. I didn't want to move a finger. I just lay there, staring at the ceiling, thinking, why is the world so loud? Why do I have to be a person today? My brain felt like it was full of thick, gray fog. I could see my to-do list in my mind, editing videos, recording this podcast, answering emails, but it all felt like a mountain I couldn't climb.
And that fog is the sluggish trap. When the fog is there, you can't see the path. You just see the mountain, and it looks scary. So what did you do to try and escape the fog?
I did the worst thing possible, Tom. I reached for my phone. It's right next to my bed, charging. I thought, maybe if I see a funny video or a bright picture, my brain will wake up. I call it cheap energy. It's like eating a candy bar at 7 a.m. You get a tiny spark of interest, but then you just fall deeper into the trap. One video about a dog led to a video about a celebrity, then a video about a recipe for a cake I will never bake. Suddenly, 45 minutes were gone. And do you know how I felt after those 45 minutes?
I can guess. Even more sluggish?
Exactly. My eyes hurt, my neck was stiff, and I felt this heavy cloud of guilt. I started talking to myself in a mean way. Cece, you're so lazy. Look at all those people on Instagram. They are at the gym. They are making healthy green juices. And you are here, lying in the dark, looking at nonsense. That guilt, Tom, it's like a second weight on top of the sluggish feeling.
I want everyone listening to listen to this very carefully. That guilt is a lie. We live in the year 2025, and the world is faster than it has ever been. Our brains are receiving thousands of pieces of information every hour. We aren't machines. We aren't designed to be productive every single second. Sometimes feeling sluggish is just your brain's way of saying, please, stop. I am full. I need a break.
I'm full. I love that. I always thought I was empty, but maybe I am just too full of stress and noise.
Precisely. I remember a time in my life, about 5 years ago, I was working in a very high-pressure office. I woke up every single day feeling like a ghost. I was so sluggish that I would drink 5, 6, 7 cups of coffee a day. My heart would be beating fast, thump, 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 but my mind was still slow. I was borrowing energy from my future self.
Borrowing energy from your future self? Can you explain that? It sounds like a bank loan.
It is. Think of your energy like a bank account. Every time you stay up until 1 a.m. watching videos, you're taking a loan from tomorrow. You are saying, I want to be awake now, so I will pay for it tomorrow morning with a headache and a slow brain. But the interest rate is very high, CC. If you take a 2-hour loan tonight, you have to pay back 5 hours of tiredness tomorrow. Eventually, you go bankrupt. You have zero energy left. You become a permanent slug.
That explains my life. I've been living in debt for years. I've been stealing from morning CC to give to night CC, and morning CC is very, very angry about it.
We all do it, but the key is to stop the cycle of guilt. When you feel sluggish, don't fight it with anger. Don't call yourself lazy. Instead, say, okay, my energy bank is empty. How can I make a small deposit?
A deposit, like putting a little bit back in?
Yes, and you don't do it with a 2-hour workout. You do it with micro movements. For our listeners, micro means very, very small. If you're sitting there right now feeling slow and heavy, just try one thing. Roll your shoulders. Drink 2 sips of water. Look at something that isn't a screen for 30 seconds. These are small deposits. They don't fix everything immediately, but they stop the sluggish monster from getting bigger.
I'm starting to realize that my all or nothing thinking is the problem. I think if I can't be a superhero, I will just stay a slug. But there is a middle ground. I can be a slow-moving but healthy human.
Exactly. And that is why we talk about these small habits, because when you're in the sluggish trap, you don't need a ladder to the moon. You just need one small step out of the mud. And sometimes that step starts with something as simple as a blue water bottle.
I think our listeners can really feel this. If you've ever felt like a slug staring at your phone and feeling guilty, just know you are not alone. Tom and I are right there with you. Okay, Tom, let's get to the part I've been waiting for. You mentioned this blue water bottle earlier. You called it a game changer. So, Tom, how did a simple bottle of water change your whole game?
It sounds almost too simple to be true, CC. But as I said, I used to be the king of soda. I didn't drink water. I thought water was boring. It had no taste, no kick. I lived on sugar. Coke, iced tea, energy drinks. I lived on sugar. But because of that, my energy was like a roller coaster. I would be up for 30 minutes, then down and sluggish for 2 hours. I had constant headaches. I was grumpy. My skin looked gray.
I know that feeling, the sugar crash. You feel like a king for a minute, and then you feel like a servant for the rest of the day. Did you try to quit?
Oh, many times. I would say, Tom, starting today, you are a healthy man. No more soda, only green salad and water. And I would stick to it for maybe 4 hours. By lunch, I would see a cold can of soda and my brain would scream, I need it. I would drink it and then I would feel like a failure. I couldn't stick to the plan because the plan was too hard. Stick to means to stay with something, to not quit. I was a professional quitter.
So what was different this time? How did the blue bottle help?
I decided to stop fighting myself. I bought a 1-liter water bottle. It was a beautiful, deep ocean blue. It felt heavy and strong in my hand. I didn't tell myself, you can't have soda. Instead, I made a deal with myself. I called it the Rule of One.
The Rule of One. Tell us more.
I put the bottle on my desk right in front of my computer. The rule was, Tom, you are allowed to drink a soda, but only after you finish this 1 bottle of water. I wasn't taking away the soda. I was just adding the water first.
That is brilliant. You weren't saying no, you were saying later.
Exactly. The first day, it took me until 2 p.m. to finish the water. I was so full of water that when I finally opened the soda, I only drank half of it. I wasn't thirsty anymore. My body was finally getting what it actually needed, hydration, not sugar. Within a week, I was finishing the water by 11 a.m., and the magic thing happened. My headaches started to go away. My brain fog started to lift. I found that I could stick to this habit because it wasn't a punishment, it was a gift.
A gift to your future self.
Yes, and that is why it was a game changer. It changed my energy, which changed my mood, which changed my work. I wasn't the grumpy Tom at 4 p.m. anymore. I was hydrated Tom. I had the energy to actually go for a walk or cook a real dinner.
Friends, I'm going to interrupt Tom for just 1 second. Are you enjoying this heart-to-heart talk? We're talking about some deep things today: energy, guilt, and how to change your life with just one blue bottle. If you are finding this helpful, or if you're learning some new English words like sluggish or game changer, please do us a huge favor. Click that like button right now and leave a comment. Tell us, what is one small habit you want to stick to this week? We love reading your stories, and make sure you stay with us until the very end, because Tom is going to reveal his digital sunset secret that completely fixed his sleep. You don't want to miss that part. Okay, Tom, back to you.
Thanks, Cece. I love seeing the comments from our listeners. It reminds me that we are all just trying our best. So let's apply this water bottle logic to English.
Yes, I was just thinking that. So many people want to learn English, but they treat it like my all-or-nothing gym plan. They say, I will study for 3 hours every day. And then they do it for 2 days, they get tired, they feel sluggish, and they quit. They can't stick to it.
It's the same mistake. Don't try to eat the whole English book in one day. Use the rule of one. Tell yourself, I can watch my favorite show in my own language, but only after I listen to 10 minutes of Cece's podcast. Or, I can check my Facebook, but only after I learn one new English word and write it in a sentence.
That makes it so much easier. It takes away the fear. When the goal is small, the sluggish monster doesn't wake up. He stays asleep because he thinks, oh, it's just 10 minutes, that's not a threat.
Exactly. You have to trick your brain into being successful. Every time you finish that 10 minutes, or every time I finished that blue bottle, my brain got a little win. And wins feel good. They give you a tiny bit of dopamine. That's the happy chemical in your brain. When you have enough of those small wins, they add up. Suddenly, you aren't a slug anymore. You are a person with momentum.
Momentum. That's a great word. It's like a ball rolling down a hill. It starts slow, but then it gets faster and faster. My 10-minute English habit started small, but now I can't imagine my day without it. It's my game changer.
And for our listeners, your game changer doesn't have to be a bottle of water. Maybe it's a 5-minute walk. Maybe it's a 2-minute meditation. Maybe it's just making your bed in the morning. The what doesn't matter as much as the doing.
I love that. The what doesn't matter as much as the doing. We are building the muscle of sticking to things. If you can stick to a water bottle, you can stick to English. If you can stick to English, you can stick to anything.
Well said, Cece. It's all connected. Your body, your mind, and your goals. They all live in the same house. If you clean one room, the whole house starts to feel better.
I'm feeling so much more motivated now. I might even go wash my face and drink some water right after this. But Tom, we've talked about the morning and the day. We still need to talk about the hardest part, the night. How do we stop the phone hunger so we can actually get that energy back?
That is the big one. To fix the morning, we have to look at the night. Let's talk about the digital sunset.
Tom, I have to be honest. I hate the gym. When people say exercise, I think about smelly clothes, expensive memberships, and people looking at me while I look like a tomato. It's too much work. I just don't have the time to go there for 2 hours.
I have a secret. I haven't been to a gym in 3 years.
Really? But you look healthy. You have a lot of energy.
It's because I learned how to squeeze in movement. Think about a lemon. You squeeze it to get every last drop of juice out. To squeeze in something means to find a tiny bit of time in a very busy schedule.
So you are squeezing exercise into your day like lemon juice.
Exactly. For example, when you're on a phone call with your mom or a friend, do you sit on the sofa?
Usually, yes, I lie down and relax.
Try this instead. Stand up and walk around the room while you talk. If the call is 20 minutes, you just walked for 20 minutes. You didn't go to the gym, you just squeezed in a walk during a phone call.
Oh, I never thought of that. It's so simple.
Or when you're waiting for the microwave to finish, or waiting for your tea to boil. That is 2 minutes of dead time. I use those 2 minutes to do some light stretching, or maybe 5 squats.
5 squats? That sounds like nothing.
It is almost nothing, but if you do it 4 times a day, that's 20 squats. In a week, that's 140 squats. That is how you beat the sluggish feeling. You tell your body, hey, wake up, we're moving.
I love this idea of hidden minutes. I always complain that I have no time to read, but I spend 15 minutes every morning waiting for the bus. I could squeeze in 2 pages of a book there.
Exactly. And what about your English? You don't need a 1-hour class. You can squeeze in 5 minutes of listening while you brush your teeth. You can squeeze in 3 new vocabulary words while you eat your lunch.
This makes me feel so much better. The pressure is gone. I don't have to be perfect. I just have to squeeze a little bit of goodness into my day. But Tom, what about the end of the day? I find that even if I'm active, I can't sleep. My brain is buzzing.
That is the modern disease, Cece. We are always on. We go from working to cooking to looking at our phones, and then we expect our brains to just stop and sleep. It doesn't work that way. We need to learn how to wind down.
Wind down like a clock?
Yes, imagine an old toy car. You wind it up and it goes fast. Vroom. To wind down is the opposite. It's when the energy slowly leaves and the car slows down until it stops.
I am very bad at this. At 11 p.m., I'm often looking at my bank account or checking work emails or watching news about the world. My brain is winding up, not winding down.
That is why you feel sluggish the next morning. You're starting your sleep with a stressed brain. To wind down properly, you need a digital sunset.
A digital sunset? That sounds beautiful. What is it?
At a certain time, let's say 9 p.m., the sun goes down on your phone. You put it in another room, you turn off the bright lights in your house, you make the environment quiet. You're telling your brain, the day is over. There is no more danger, there is no more work. It is time to rest.
But what do I do without my phone? I'll be bored.
Boredom is the door to sleep, Cece. Read a paper book, not an e-book, a real book with paper pages. The smell of the paper, the feeling of turning the page, it's very calming. Or listen to some soft music. This is how you wind down. You are preparing your body for a high-quality recharge.
I think I need to stick to a digital sunset rule. It's going to be hard. My phone is like my best friend.
It's a friend that steals your sleep. Try it for just 15 minutes before bed. Don't try 2 hours. Just squeeze in 15 minutes of no phone time before you sleep. That will be a game changer for your morning energy.
Tom, I feel like I've had a therapy session today. This was so much better than a normal English lesson. I feel lighter. I feel like I can actually change my life without being a superhero.
That is the goal, Cece. English is a tool to talk about real life. It's not just about passing a test. It's about sharing these feelings. Let's review one more time for everyone listening.
I'll start. Sluggish. This is that heavy, slow feeling when your brain and body don't want to move. Example, I stayed up too late, so I feel very sluggish this morning.
Stick to. This means to continue doing something, to follow your plan and not give up. Example, it is hard to stick to a new exercise routine, but it's worth it.
Game changer. A small thing that makes a huge difference. A big win from a small shift. Example, learning to cook at home was a total game changer for my health.
Squeeze in. To find a small amount of time for something in a busy day. Example, I don't have much time, but I can squeeze in a 5-minute English lesson.
Wind down. To relax and make your mind quiet before you go to sleep. Example, I like to drink herbal tea to help me wind down after work.
Perfect. Now, we don't want our listeners to just listen and forget. We want you to do something.
Yes, it's time for the weekly challenge.
Here is the challenge. Pick only one of these things to do this week. Don't do all of them, just one. Either squeeze in 5 minutes of movement during a phone call, or stick to drinking 1 full bottle of water before you have coffee or soda, or wind down for 15 minutes without your phone before bed.
Just one thing, and do it for 7 days. Then I want you to come back to this video or podcast and write in the comments section. Tell us, Cece, Tom, I did it. I squeezed in my movement. Or I feel less sluggish.
We promise to read your comments. We want to support you. We are all in this together. I still have days where I feel sluggish. Cece still has nights where she watches too many YouTube videos. We are not perfect, but we are trying.
That is the heart-to-heart truth. Thank you for being so honest today, Tom. And thank you to everyone for listening. If you found this helpful, if you feel a little more motivated, please like this video and share it with a friend. Maybe you have a friend who is also feeling a bit sluggish. Send this to them as a little gift of energy.
And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We have so many more deep conversations coming your way.
Have a wonderful, energetic, and water-filled week, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone. See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.